and welcome to Dabbling in Journals. And I've had a request for a flip through of my sketchbook. I think I might have done one before, but there might be a couple of extra sketches in this time. And I'm using this lovely olive traveller's notebook from Traveller's Company to keep this sketchbook in. Got a little charm on the front, and I got my new little dog paw charm that the lovely girl from Snippets and Scraps gave me, and I really like it, and I think it looks really cool on there. Don't know if it shows up very well on camera. Right, let's get straight in. I've still got my Halloween dashboards here, but I will be changing those for Christmas ones soon, and I'll do a video when I do that. And the first sketch in here is a colour pencil drawing, and I've done this on toned tan mixed media paper, which is one of my favourites for coloured pencil drawing. And I chose an image from, there was a challenge. I didn't actually do it, but there was a challenge on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram or wherever, drawing 100 heads in so many days. I can't remember how many. Well, I didn't do that, but I did use some of the images to use as reference photos so that I could practice doing heads. I love drawing heads anyway, and I thought it'd be fun to choose ones with different skin tones. So this girl had a sort of olivey coloured skin tone. I really enjoyed drawing that one and was really pleased with how she came out. I can see, looking at it now, I can see a few mistakes, but that's always the way. And then on this page, this one is a sort of fairer skin tone, and it's a man. I don't often draw men. I more often draw girls. I don't know why. So that was really fun to do. And then I had a go at a darker skin tone, and I really enjoyed this. I possibly filled up the tooth of my paper before I could quite get it as dark as I wanted to, but I was still really pleased with the result, and I really loved how her hair came out. So those are raw coloured pencil drawings using a mixture of Caran d'Ache Luminance, Polychromos pencils from Faber-Castell and Derwent Lightfast pencils. I think those are the three main brands that I have, and I just pick the colours that I want. So I can just see I'm getting a bit of damage from where I've been decorating the page, but it's just a sketchbook, it doesn't matter. This page I've definitely shown before because I added some extra little bits in here, and I remember showing that on YouTube because I'd drawn this avocado. These three are watercolour straight onto this Indian cotton rag paper that I used to make this sketchbook, and that came out such a lurid colour that I had another go. So that's also a watercolour, and I think those two, let me feel the paper, yeah, those two are watercolour, and that one is a coloured pencil. I really love how you can get that shininess with coloured pencil, which is harder to achieve with watercolour. You can see how the cherries look much shinier than the apple, but it depends what you're wanting to sketch, and I do enjoy having a little play with my watercolours. This is another watercolour. I just tried to draw an olive branch, so this again is straight onto the rag paper, and that was really fun and simple to do. And this is a little watercolour sketch which is not on watercolour paper, it's very smooth paper. I think I just did it as a quick sketch when I was somewhere or other, and it's just ballet shoes, as you can see, and I've just used pencil and then just dabbed on a little bit of colour with watercolour, which I really find that fun to do, just really quick, rather than a proper painting, just really quick sketches like that. This is one of my favourites. This is again a colour pencil drawing, and it's on this same toned tanned paper, but I've cut out the drawing so you can't see the paper. But this ice cream, I was really pleased with how it came out because I thought it looked quite realistic, especially the chocolate flake. And yeah, I was pleased with that one. This one is just a real quick sketch because I just wanted to see how I could draw a head if I was just doing it really sort of quickly, and it came out okay. I think the proportions are okay. Her eyes look a bit skew with, like her eyes aren't, iris of her eyes aren't quite lined up, so she looks a bit cross-eyed. But apart from that, I quite liked that sort of really simple, it's almost like a line with just a splash of colour pencil over the top, just to add some interest. More coloured pencils. This is not on Tone Tan mixed media paper. This is on a thinner paper, and I did struggle with this because the paper's so thin. It's really hard. There isn't enough tooth to get enough layers to get colours to go really dark. So I managed it with this rose and this rose, but I really struggled with the yellow, which ended up not really looking like a rose at all. And I like these like little hints of, I think I'd been gifted some flowers and I was copying them. So that was from Life, which was fun. And I like just putting little bits of washi and decoration and just making it look pretty. That was a watercolour sketch that I did following a YouTube tutorial, and that was fun to do. So it was just a really quick one, but I quite enjoyed that, and I think I'd like to do more of that in my watercolour sketchbook, that kind of just little study of small things. And again, another little quick pencil drawing. I've just added a little bit of colour. I wanted to have a go at drawing a plait to see how easy or difficult it is to draw a plait, because it's nice if you like drawing hairs, you want to try different hairstyles. So that was the focus of that drawing, and I just added some ephemera to make it look pretty. On this page I'm drawing cake. So this is obviously a Victoria sandwich, which is one of my favourite cakes. I really love Victoria sandwich, although I try very much to resist eating cake, but it was fun to draw. And here we've got a chocolate eclair that somebody's had a bite out of. My boys really like chocolate eclairs, and again that one came out nice, and again because it's colour pencil, it looks shiny. You know, you can get the chocolate to look shiny in a way that I can't seem to achieve with watercolour. So that's colour pencil straight onto some thick tanned paper. And these little drawings of fruit I did on a scrap of paper, and then I just cut them out to make them look like a little piece of ephemera, and I thought they came out quite sweet. I like those. I could do more of those, just like little tiny drawings to use in my journals. I think that would be fun. Here, just practicing an eye. I love drawing eyes, and I was trying to think about being more creative with colour on those eyes. In fact, did I have any other eyes? Have I missed some? Oh yeah, here. I missed a page. I've done lots of eye studies here. Again, trying different colours, different angles, and thinking about, you know, what effect, adding like a little bit of blue in the corner here, and pink under here, and yellow here. By adding a variety of colours, you get quite a pretty effect. And this one I found really fun. I think I need to do a drawing of Santa, because that's the kind of elderly gentleman type eye that Santa would have, I thought, when I did that. But I enjoyed doing that little eye study. And here's another eye study, and here I was practicing a nose, and I didn't like that one at all, so I shall probably be filling up the rest of that page with more nose studies, because noses are the thing I find the hardest when it comes to the face. Here's some lavender. I've shown that before because I was practicing that because I was using lavender sketches in my journal. Here I've done some autumn little sketches. I went and found some little leaves outside, and I thought it would be fun to try and draw those, and I've done that in pastel, and this is not the right paper. I see it's coming off. It's not the right paper really for pastel, so I think on this side I might rub off the pastel that's already transferred and try a watercolour leaf, and maybe put a piece of tracing paper or something over that to stop the pastel rubbing. But it was still fun to do something different, use a different medium. Oh, that was the bicycle I drew as a part of one of my journaling. At one point I was trying to do a sketch a day, and I'm going to restart that when I start on my Hobonichi in January, doing a sketch a day, but I'll be doing it in my Hobonichi. And that was the suggestion from Awful Gold. She wanted me to draw a bicycle with flowers in the basket, and that was really fun because that's a line and wash. So what I've done is I've just sketched it quite roughly with a ink pen, just like a black ink pen, and then basically just coloured it in with watercolour. So it's not really a watercolour painting as such. I think it's called line and wash, and I had a bit of fun sprinkling some sprinkles of watercolour on there. That was quite good. It went all over my table and in my face as well as on there, so I hadn't quite got the hang of it. Another eye study. If I get 5 minutes and I'm feeling bored, I sometimes just pick up my sketchbook and draw an eye, and I don't know why I find that fun. I think it's because I can remember how to draw them without having to find a reference. So yeah, that's just a random eye. And I think that's all I've got in here so far. So I haven't got very many pages left, so I will do another flip of this sketchbook when it's all filled up before I make a new one. But I don't know how quickly I'll get to that because I've got my new puppy coming in a few weeks and I don't know how much time I'll have for sketching while she's tiny. And this is just a graphite sketchbook. So I just use HB pencil, nothing fancy. I don't use different grade pencils in here, just an HB mechanical pencil. And that's a quick sketch I did of my granddaughter. And that's my other granddaughter. And then that's the first granddaughter again. She likes posing. She really likes posing. She's going to be a little diva. And that was just a quick sketch that I did in pencil. And I really liked it. I thought it kind of captured a little bit of her personality. And that's one of my son. Oh, and that was a quick sketch that I did copying. It's a famous painting, isn't it? Pearl with a girl earring. I thought it would be fun to just sketch that. That's my son again. I was really pleased with that one because it does look like him. It's just by luck I seem to have captured his likeness quite well in that one. Oh, and that was a sketch that I did. I was sort of having another go based on this one. This one looks like the reference photo, this one less so because it was just a quick sketch, but I was just trying to think about how to sort of contour a face, because when I'm colouring with colour pencils, I colour in like tiny little circles, and I start in the middle and I gradually come out. Graphite pencil, I tend to go for outlines more, so my approach is different. I've no idea why or which is better. This one, she's a bit squished. I think I started her and she was too big for this size of the page, so she's kind of got a slightly squished face. I was pleased with the nose because I struggle with noses, but again the eyes, there's something not quite right with the eyes. I can draw one eye, but it's trying to get two that look at the right angles. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, this one made me laugh. I wanted to have a go at doing different facial expressions. So I wanted her to look like she was looking at a spider. And I think she does look a bit like she's looking at a spider, but I've written here, I think her eyes are too close together. I think that when you're startled, your eyes don't suddenly shoot close together, do they? But that was really fun. I'm going to do some more having a go at different facial expressions because it's really interesting to think about how facial expressions convey different emotions, and if you can learn to do that, then your sketches will look, well, they'll become more meaningful, I guess, or interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I only sketch for fun. It's just a hobby. When I first started sketching, I couldn't draw anything more than a stick man. So I'm very grateful to YouTube and all the wonderful YouTubers that I've watched and learned from until my sketching has progressed, and there's plenty more still for me to learn, and I think you could spend a lifetime trying to develop skills, you know, art skills. A wonderful hobby. It's a wonderful hobby. You can do it anywhere, anytime. You feel proud of yourself when you're finished, unless it's really bad. And even then I just think, oh well, and I'll try again. Like, these aren't very good, are they? I'm not very good at leaves. Why can I draw a face and not a leaf? I've no idea. But there we are. So that's my sketchbook. Hope you enjoyed having a little glimpse into it. I will show it again when it's finished. And if you enjoy sketching, I'd love to see what you do. So do let me know. And I will see you again soon. Bye.